Hey everybody, welcome back to the Lightside Music Reactions. Today we have another viewer request. Once again, we are listening to the Redeemed Quartet. And we've got a video from a week or two ago that we reacted to. And one of the listeners, ER8884, said, listen to their song in the palm of his hand. The bass vocalist is amazing. And so I went ahead and brought up their website again. I talked a little bit about the individual members of the group based on what was on their website, and I guess these are all four friends growing up, and it's two sets of brothers. Somebody commented and clarified in the comments on that video, but I don't know if you could see this or not. This is Josh Coble, the bass singer that. There we go. Josh Coble, the bass singer, that the listener says is amazing on this song. Here's Caleb Coble, lead and baritone. See how young they look? I was commenting in the thing about how young these guys look. This one, Ben Duncan, baritone and lead. He looks pretty young there, doesn't he, guys? Looks like he's like 14 years old. But the youngest one was 17 at 7 when they started the group. And then here's Nate Duncan, the tenor. So you can go to their website and get all this information about them. RedeemQuartet.com, I think, is what the website is. Based on listener request or viewer request, we are checking out their song in the palm of his hand. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This is the Redeemed Quartet in the palm of his hand. And this is from their 2018 album, Final Invitation.
Once I had a heavy burden, I was sinking down. I was underneath my circumstance, I was losing ground. Then I gave it all to Jesus, and He reached way down. Then He lifted me up with a heavenly touch in the palm of His hand.
Okay, so here we go. Now you know exactly why the viewer commented about the bass singer. The bass singer takes over the lead on this song. I like that about groups. You see that occasionally in Southern Gospel groups. Actually, you see it a lot in Southern Gospel, is where they will share the lead vocal among the group. They'll take turns doing parts. And if you notice in the commentary, they're also, I mentioned it in the last video I reacted to as well, Unspoken Request was the song that I reacted to back then. But you noticed it here too when I was showing you the pictures of the group, and it described the parts that they sang, and the lead and baritone, they switch back and forth between the two. And so I said before that my band used to do the same thing. Different ones of us would take the lead on certain songs. Like, for example, if I wrote a song, I might sing lead on it. If Todd, the bass player, wrote a song, he probably wouldn't take lead on it, but he might sing backup vocals. Todd wasn't one for taking lead on songs, but he might give it to Scott, our drummer, and Scott might sing lead on that song. And so here we have the bass vocalist, Josh, and then once again, here's Josh. There's a picture of him, bass singer, taking the lead on this. And yeah, it sounds very good. So let's go ahead and get back into this. Once again, in the palm of his hand.
In the palm of His hand, no safer place could I ever be.
Okay, so it switched it up there. I'm going to rewind it just to hear the transition between the verse and the chorus, so you can hear it and hear that transition. Oh, let's go back just a little bit farther. Not far enough. There we go. Here's like a Like a 4/8 beat.
In the palm of his hand.
Then kind of double timed it.
No safer place could I ever be. In the palm of his hand, I'm ever sheltered. I will not worry, I will not fear. Protected by the one who holds me near. In the palm of his hand, his mighty hand. In the palm of his hand.
Okay, so once again, you've got the bass singer, and I don't know if they're going to switch it up and have somebody else take over for the second verse. We'll find out here in a second. But yeah, you got the bass singer taking over the lead, and then you got it sounds completely different. It sounds like a completely different group, because even with the backup vocals you hear, they're not singing their normal parts that they would regularly sing. Because they got the bass singer singing lead, they're switching up the parts they sing as well. And so it's, whereas normally you can hear the distinctive voices in a Southern Gospel quartet, this song is produced more along the lines of, you've got the lead singer, who in this case is the guy singing that sang bass, and then the other vocalists, you don't really pick out their individual voices because they are performing this song more as a backup, kind of like a choir almost sort of thing. Not exactly a choir, but you get I think you understand what I'm saying. Is they're more like background vocals. Just kind of filler that they're like almost a lower volume sort of thing, and so there's a little bit less emphasis on that. And I don't know. On a Southern Gospel group, personally, I prefer to hear the individual voices showcased. Maybe not in the forefront like you would the lead vocalist, but a little bit more prominent than they are in this song. But I can see why they did it this way, why this song was produced that way, is because that's what they're going for, is that kind of feel with this, that kind of sound with this particular song. It just sounds like a completely different genre, though, almost. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Second verse. Okay, same singer.
From the cares of life.
There, nice deep.
Are you searching for the answers to all your troubles and strife? Just remember He has promised, if you trust in Him, He will carry you through. He's the one who can, in the palm of His hand. In the palm of His hand.
Okay.
No safer place could I ever be.
Okay. Now here, they switched it up. They switched it back to one of the others singing lead, and then the bass singer that was singing lead jumped back to, he reverted to his bass part. And so now, did you notice there, I'll rewind it back to the beginning of that transition, going back into the second chorus there. Now it sounds like a Southern Gospel group. It's got a completely different sound now, because you can make out the individual voices a little bit clearer. And it's unusual for me to hear that in one song. In just one song, have both feelings, to where it doesn't sound like a Southern Gospel group in part of it, but it does in the other. And so this is kind of a unique experience for me, because I've never experienced that before. A lot of times you'll have the groups will trade places within a song. Like you'll have like the bass singer sing lead on a verse, and then the tenor sing lead on a verse, maybe the baritone sing lead on another verse, or even highlight in different parts of the chorus. But at each point, they don't stop sounding like a Southern Gospel group. And so that was unique for me, I think, hearing in the first half of the song where they sounded like a completely different genre. So let's listen to that again, that transition. as it goes into this next chorus.
Carry you through. He's the one who can in the palm of
And as you do,
his hand.
listen to how it sounds. You can pick out the individual voices.
Palm of his hand, no safer place could I ever be.
You can hear the tenor there,
Palm of his hand,
and the lead singer, and you can hear the bass.
shelter.
So you can hear the individual voices singing the parts. In that first part, I couldn't make those out. You could hear them, but they were more subtle. And so when I'm listening to Southern Gospel, this is what I want to hear. I want to be able to pick out those individual voices. So let's rewind just a little bit so we can appreciate this song.
I will not worry, I will not fear, protected by the one who holds me near. In the
Ooh.
palm of his hand is mighty.
The bass. See, that's why I liked hearing the bass singing his actual bass part. That was really nice. That spot right there. My voice isn't low enough to get it myself, but the very end of that line, he goes down to that low note, and it just sounds very nice, very rich.
In the palm of his hand,
Right here.
never shelter.
No, that's not it.
I will not worry, I will not fear, protected by the one who holds me near.
Right there. Hear that?
His mighty hand, in the palm of his hand. In the palm of his hand.
Key change, nice.
No safer place could I ever.
See, the tenor takes over.
In the palm of his hand, I'm ever sheltered. I will not worry, I will not fear, protected by the one who holds me near. In the palm of his hand, his mighty hand, in the palm of his hand. I will not worry, I will not fear, protected by the one who holds me near. In the palm of his hand, his mighty hand, in the palm of his hand.
Nice. Hear the low bass, plus the tenor up here. And then they show Isaiah 41:10. Fear not, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed. Very nice. Okay, for more music, please visit redeemedquartet.com. Okay, and again, this song is from their 2018 album, Final Invitation. So if you are interested in hearing more of their music, definitely check out their website. There's a link in the description to go to this video so you can actually see their lyric video they put up and experience it the way they intended it without hearing my voice interrupting all through it. And then also you can go to redeemedquartet.com if you want to visit their store and buy their albums. And this one, once again, is from the album Final Invitation. But anyway, very good job. I really enjoyed. I mean, this was produced a lot like your typical Southern gospel, and I enjoy that. I like how they focused on different vocalists. At the beginning, on the first verse and chorus, they focused on the bass singer singing lead. And so that gave it a new definition, a new feel than we were used to. Even on the chorus, as I said, it was something new that you don't typically experience with Southern gospel, whereas the backing vocals were more subtle than normally it would be. Then it got to the second verse, I think it was, and then they had another vocalist take over. No, actually, I think bass singer continued on the second verse. But then when you got to the chorus, they had one of the baritone singers take over on the lead. And then they did a key change, again, switching once again to having the tenor singer take over on the lead. And I love how they do that, is that way you can hear it gives each member of the group a chance to let their skills shine through. And you get to hear a little bit more about the group, not just focusing on one member, but letting all of them as a group. Otherwise, it would just be, it wouldn't be the Redeemed Quartet. It would be Josh Coble or, whoever Coble, or, whichever one takes over the lead. Instead, they are a group and they are a team. And so I like when they have songs like this, when any group would have songs like this, where you can pick out and focus on the different voices. And in particular, as the song progressed, it got easier to distinguish the backing vocals within the song as well, clearer than they were in that first chorus. So very diverse song, very well produced. It was an experience just going through it. It was an experience all in itself listening to this song. And I'm very pleased with how it turned out. It sounded very good. I'm very impressed with the group. And I will continue to check out more of their stuff too. If you want to hear more, see more reactions from this group, let me know in the comments. And in the meantime, go ahead and comments and let me know if you have any other suggestions for me, some different groups or different genres or different songs that you want to see me check out in this on this reaction channel. And of course, as always, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you know when we add new content. And I just appreciate every single one of you. And when we reach 500 subscribers, we'll have a giveaway like we did when we reached 100. Anyway, thanks again for the suggestion of this song. And we'll see you next time on the Light Side Music Reactions. Bye, everybody.